In a remarkable exchange just minutes before former Attorney General Pam Bondi faced the House Oversight Committee, Jeffrey Epstein survivors confronted the committee's Republican chairman, James Comer, issuing a personal challenge.
Can you assure us that today we will get information from Pam Bondi about why the files were released in the manner that they were released, specifically the redaction process? Survivors' names over and over and over were exposed, yet we see time and time again perpetrators' names have been redacted when they shouldn't have been. Well, are we going to get some answers about that?
I hope so. Those are the questions we're going to ask. And you know, we're doing this. We want justice for the survivors. We do.
One of those survivors, Danielle Bensky, joins me now. Danielle, it's good to see you. And we just saw you in that video as all of you were asking questions of Chairman Comer. And I want to pick up on what he said, because the last time you and I talked, you reiterated the ongoing pain caused by what has been released, the names, personal information of some survivors who wanted to remain anonymous. When asked about it, Pam Bondi reportedly called them redaction errors. Do you believe that? And if so, should any other files be released? Does that worry you?
I mean, I think that all the files should be released. I think that that's what we've been calling for, transparency from the very beginning, and we still haven't got it. I do think that this idea of this being a redaction error is a little bit hard to swallow for survivors, because Pam Bondi, Todd Blanche, and the DOJ had a list of 350 names that were given by our attorneys that were supposed to be looked out for. Those were names that we knew were victims, and she had that list. So it wouldn't have been like any piece of technology would have been able to scan and pick up those names and black those names out. So it just feels very deliberate. And round one, I think, was an issue. But to see that 3 times repeatedly, I think that's more than just a redaction error. It's actually somewhat bordering on the line of criminality, I think, because, you know, there were nude photos that were released of young girls. And that is your Department of Justice, Todd Blanche and Pam Bondi, that are releasing images of nudity. I mean, it's technically porn, right? So there needs to be some liability here.
One of the things that did come out of today is when Pam Bondi said that a lot of this was handled by Todd Blanche and others. Democrats are certainly saying, listen, we got to get him in here. Do you have any hope or expectation of that? And why, in your mind, would that be critical?
It is definitely critical for a number of reasons. I think, number one, he was the one who moved Ghislaine to this minimum security penitentiary. And I think that he is actually in some ways more, he's more challenging in some ways. And so I do think that Todd Blanche absolutely needs to come in. We need to hear from him. And I'm hoping, you know, all of this today speaks to that we need to have testimony that is under oath, that is not transcribed necessarily. Well, it needs to be transcribed, but it's not just transcribed. We want to see video. We want the video to be released in a timely manner. I think survivors in America are owed a real, true deposition.
I was watching as those of you who were able to be there today were interacting with Chairman Comer. I want to ask you if you're able to see or able to even try to interact with Pam Bondi as she went into that room. And did you hear anything coming out of today? I know that they were in a break and they're going back in, but that would suggest to you that maybe something is getting learned or moving the ball forward.
I don't believe that she's answering any questions directly related to the president or what the president had asked of her. She does have a DOJ lawyer, which is already feeling a little bit suspicious to survivors. Just the whole setup of how this meeting came to be today. It's on a holiday week. Many congressional leaders are not in their offices. They're in their home states. From my understanding, Comer is the only Republican present. And I should say, like, Comer's been really great to us. His office has been fantastic, and he does see the need for investigations, but it's hard when it's just one Republican. And so we were really hoping to see a little bit more, you know, transparency in this process. It just all feels like more of the same sort of tactics.
Danielle Bensky, always coming out and speaking your truth, and we thank you for coming on the show again. It's good to see you.
Thank you so much. Good to see you.